Breaking news today from Auburn University. We got John Franklin III, former quarterback, then turned wide receiver. He is now transferring. That was announced today by the university as well. Gus Malzahn issuing a statement. Of course, first, before we get started, you might be wondering why we're here in the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We got an official tour of that, so we're going to have some video of that for you guys later on. But in the meantime, we want to talk about this transfer and what this means for Auburn University. I'm Sisler, Matt Scalici here. And Matt, does this come as a surprise to you at all that he's transferring?
I don't think it's totally shocking, Lauren. I mean, I think John Franklin III certainly had a role at Auburn coming into this season. He was probably going to be looked at as a return specialist, possibly. He was in the wide receiver corps, but it wasn't the role that he came to Auburn to fill. He came here to be the starting quarterback, and it didn't work out for him. So I don't think it's all that shocking that he ultimately decided to go elsewhere. You know, he mentions in the release from Auburn that he wanted to find a place where he could get more playing time, probably play closer to home. He also mentioned. So those are reasons why I think it also makes sense for him to go elsewhere from Auburn.
And John Franklin III here, obviously the big star, last chance you played quarterback there, and now this will be essentially his fourth stop. He got his degree, and of course Gus Malzahn saying in that release that we're happy for him. You know, he got his education. Now it's time for him to move on. Where do you think he's going to land? What are some options for him, and maybe some speculation that we're hearing about?
Well, there's definitely some speculation that he could end up, as he mentioned, closer to home. Florida Atlantic. He's a guy from the South Florida area. Florida Atlantic is a place that also already has one of his Last Chance U teammates playing there coming into this season. We know Lane Kiffin is a very dynamic offensive play caller. He's a guy that could really use somebody with John Franklin III's skill set in some interesting ways. So that possibly makes some sense, and there's already some speculation that might be one of the places where he's looking right now.
And we're less than 3 weeks from the season kicking off, so that's another big question here. What kind of impact does this have on Auburn, if any at all?
Yeah, I don't know that it does impact Auburn all that much. We don't know what exactly they were thinking in terms of return specialists right now. Those are usually jobs that kind of get decided closer to the season, maybe even well into the season. You see how a few different guys do. I think Auburn has some great options for return specialists already. Their wide receiver corps is very deep, so if Auburn had to lose somebody, I think wide receiver is a spot where you can afford to have a loss or two and still be okay at that position.
All right, Matt. Of course, Matt Zenitz as well as James Crapia both working on this story, and you can get the updates from that on AL.com.